Hello, this is Victor at RestoreMercedes.com. This is another part for Tyrone in Maryland. And today in the morning I woke up and I went to work on the car because yesterday was pretty dark and late and I couldn't do much. So, what do we have here? The vacuum. I found a broken vacuum to transmission modulator valve because I drove it up the street and I felt that transmission shifts were extremely harsh. So that's what I felt like, that's the problem. And so that was a second vacuum leak. I don't know what happened there. Maybe somebody pulled on the vacuum hose or whatever the case was. So now we have the ignition module working properly for the secondary vacuum leak. So that was broken too. So that is hooked up again. The engine runs extremely well. It's very, very smooth. Okay. The linkages I adjusted to the best of my ability the way they are, and that's actually just fine. AC is brutally cold. This is the AC condensation coming out from under the car. This is awesome. Fans come on and off. It appears that it's like either brand new condenser or something because it's extremely efficient. So I think it's a condenser that was replaced. You have to put this back up right. I mean, this piece right here should be in front of the black piece right there. Just if I remember correctly, because it's not, you know, it's not tight. So this has to be there. I guess when they changed the condenser or whatever the case was, that's what was the problem. The cap is good actually. It was just loose. I don't know why it was loose, but it was just loose. So when I took it out, finally it came out. The rubber underneath is perfectly fine, so no question, nothing to do there. So in terms of the engine, I think it's on point. Oxygen sensor. I went under the car and I found the sensor that does not work. The connector is broken, but it's broken from inside the car. It's the pins that is just like all loose. And yeah, I might pull the carpet up a little bit and see, but I have to unlock that door for the key. The car is running now, so we'll leave it to that. The rear suspension link to the height valve is connected, so that's fine. Right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna drive down the block and see what's going on. And yeah, fan clutch still doesn't work, but electric fans kick in and they cool the engine down enough. If the engine is healthy, electric fans will keep engine cold. It cooled rather than that cold. This noise is still there. It's like a ball joint or something, but you don't really hear it in the car. So that is that. So let's just go inside the car. Let's see what we have here. Now, instrument cluster is still my cluster here. Okay. Because I do want to see my instruments, I want to see my lights. So I'm going to show you right now that these lights are in there, and they're in there, they work. The temperature is, like I said, because of the fan clutch not working, it's a little higher than usual, but that's fine, it's totally reasonable. Oil pressure. You see oil pressure rises. Basically, the idea here is to be around 3 at 2000 RPMs, and that's what's fine. That's what's happening. So we're good there. Like I said in the previous video, I filled up transmission. There is no whine. Transmission shifter bushings, they also do seem to be okay. So let me show you the lights first. As you can see, all of the lights come on, and I swapped this one for this one because that was bad. And the battery, okay, now. Great. The battery is not tightened up, unfortunately. I just dropped it on. But let's tighten this up a little bit. Yeah, on the positive here. Come on. Yeah, on the positive. The trunk. Soft close on the trunk doesn't work. Now, when you reset the battery, this light will come on, so you have to reset steering angle sensor. So you turn the wheel lock to lock, goes away, so we're fine. Now, the steering became light, so I guess it was some sort of a glitch, or maybe instrument cluster plugs were like loose or something, whatever the case was. It's fine. That's very good news. I like that. Now, the light out indicator does not light up. Let me check if it does work. Yes, light out indicator works. One of the fog lights or 2 fog lights are not working, whatever, but I just want to make sure my brakes are working. Okay, so let's just go up and down the street. Transmission engage is awesome. I really like that. Just want to show you that it actually does run and drive. I'll go back first, reverse. So we're gonna go backwards now. Then I'm gonna go forward. I just want to have, because I don't really like, let me open the sunroof. I cannot open for some reason. It's like a little stuck. I want more lights to come in the car because the windows are tinted and windshield is tinted as well with it. So alright, so well, let's go forward. So you can see, pulls a little to the right, to the left, I'm sorry. I think if I, well, again, this is not enough speed, so transmission shifted just fine right now, perfect, smooth. So that is very well. Brakes seem to work. Okay, the e-brake I had to undo because it was actually, the lever is broken, so I had to pull it out. Let me see what's happening on the avenue first. Okay, looks like clean for now. Oh yeah, the shift was perfect. Second to third was great. Waiting for 3 to 4. 3 to 4, perfect. I can't really go far, but I'm gonna make U-turn right here. Brakes are good. Yeah, need a little bit of probably resurfacing. Just gonna make a U-turn. We're gonna gun it down the street here real quick because we're warmed up. Don't scare people away. I'll floor it right now. Oh yeah. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Kickdown works. I adjusted the kickdown right. So kickdown does work. Yep, kickdown is on point. I'm gonna make a U-turn at the end of the street, so you can actually see that everything is working properly. These are all your computers. I just did what I had to do. So make a U-turn here real quick and then go back down the block. It needs some work, but to be honest with you, I was very kind of negatively, I've looked at this car very kind of negatively, but now I look at it, it is actually a really good base for repair because the major things are great. Engine, transmission, suspension is good, it's not banging or anything, it's soft, that means accumulators are not blown, front shocks are good. Transmission shifting is very smooth. Steering works perfectly fine now. It's there's a lot of things going for it. It was just neglected for quite some years. Maybe it's set for some years, but I've seen cars in worse shape than this. This one I'm pretty happy with. As you can see, our temperature is creeping up because it's like 110 or so. Just go put it back in its spot. Obviously you have to change the battery, you know, but the voltage is there, so we do have proper voltage, so alternator is good. Obviously if the water pump would have been bad, then well, it would have been even, either it would have give you noise, or it would have been leaking, or I have to just put the cone. It would have been either leaking or making noise, or impellers usually never go bad on these. But my thing is that I want to see, like, I drove it now, so basically temperature did rise because the engine had to run, plus I floored it and I give it like some good amount of gas here and there. I might actually drive it without recording back and forth, so I don't have to risk it holding the camera and all. But other than that, man, I mean, yeah, I smell some coolant because there's some coolant leak down the side, remember, because of the cap being open. But the engine right now, there's no vibration because, again, there was a vacuum leak and stuff. It actually is pretty nice. The oxygen sensor situation, it's under this carpet here. There's a connector there. Just hopefully it's not pushed in. That's the idea. Maybe that's the reason why it is actually it's the reason why it actually does not work. Maybe pins have been pushed out. I have to see. Maybe they're not stationary, so when you put the plug for the sensor onto pins, they're just being pushed out into the carpet, and therefore there is no contact there. But in any event, the pins are broken, so that they have to be pushed onto the sensor regardless. So I have to get into this carpet. I'll do it now, so I'll check it out, and then maybe I'll make another video with the readouts, because I will have my computer connected to see if both sensors read, because they both are spinning. They're like connectors on the car side, they're like broken. It's not super critical. Once you push the pins back onto connectors and they stay, that's all you need, and you never need to go back there unless you change sensor again. So temperature, yes, it's higher than usual because no fan clutch working, but hey, I mean, it's good. Acceleration is on point. Yes, engine vibration because of engine mounts, so understandable. Other than that, pretty good. Alright, so I'll cut it quits because I have to keep moving, because I already spent a couple of hours here working on it, and I've got to keep going. So this is gonna be all. This is Victor at TheStoryMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.